Alright, let's do this. Welcome to Firearms of America. Today, as you guys can see, I'm here at Shooters in Fort Myers, Florida, about to do the review of another Glock. My favorite, yes, and it is Glock that I actually already reviewed on the channel. Glock 48, but this time it is the MOS version, and I'll tell you why you probably do. If you want to get yourself a Glock 48, you definitely want to go with the MOS version. By the end of this review, you'll understand, all right? Also, I'll try by the end of this review to show you why out of all the slim line that is available from Glock, slim line is their newer models, newer line, which are slim. That's really it. Everything is the same. Everything else is just a Glock. It's just a thin Glock, all right? So there's 43, there's 43X, there's 42 and 380 auto, and then there is the 48 and 48 MOS. Same thing, 43X, there is the MOS version and the regular version. So let's get into it. But before I get into it, I wanted to say that this is not just a regular Glock 48 review. No, to make it actually, to make it a usable gun, to make it a gun that stands up to on par with things like 6-hour P365, Smith & Wesson Shield Plus, Performance Center, easy version. They have a lot of good stuff. To make it on par with Springfield Hellcat Pro, you have to upgrade the magazines from the regular OEM magazines to the Shield Arms magazine. This is the 15 capacity magazine, and I also have the 20 capacity magazine, which has this extension. Now the 15 capacity, it sits nice and flush, just like the OEM magazine, except instead of 10 rounds, you have 15 rounds. And that would be necessity. Right? It's almost like pointless. Now this will work with the 43X as well. Okay, let's get into the review. But before I get into the review, let's do some shooting first. And I have some MagTac ammo, which is all the way from Brazil. Okay, so good ammo. I like it for the just a regular, your average day, range practice shooting, including reviews. Not very picky, not very, doesn't give you a hard time. Haven't had any problems with it yet. Okay, so I think I have 5 rounds. Let's do some shooting. And then you'll find out all about these unique features of this Glock. Sarcasm, all right. I love it so much. I love it so much probably because I shoot it good. And I shoot it good because I reviewed so many Glocks. And literally every single review of a Glock that I made is the same exact review. Alright, so it goes like this. You have your grip. Alright, Generation 5 grip. They got rid of the finger grooves. I don't know why they did it. I used to like the finger grooves, but no more finger grooves. And that's the whole new unique upgrade for you. Not very aggressive, although decent amount of aggression. Not as good as Springfield Hellcat. Not as good as Smith & Wesson Shield. Is it as good as the 6-hour? No, not as good as 6-hour. But still pretty decent. Obviously, if you're getting a Glock, consider a stippling job. If you're considering a stippling job, consider a hand stippling job. This is the best. Okay, moving further, we have our mag release. Now, mag release is one thing that I wanted to point out here. Whenever you are buying yourself Shield Arms magazine, you will also get, most likely, the first purchase of the Shield Arms magazine. You have to get the whole kit with the mag release, because the mag release that they send you from Shield Arms is actually also steel, not to be worn out by the steel magazine, because plastic magazine OEM, plastic mag release, steel magazine aftermarket, steel mag release, okay? Makes sense. Now slide release, you have your standard Glock slide release, nothing crazy over here, very basic. One hand operation. What's up, Mr. Credit?
Did you review the 10mm XD?
Yes, I
The
did.
range bag and all?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, that's a good one. It's like so much value, but. All right, back here. So we have our standard slide release, nothing crazy over here. Moving further, we have our slide itself, serrations at the back, serrations at the front. Yes, one of the newer things that they added in the Generation 5 Glocks. Serrations at the front for those who like to rack it this way. Yeah, don't rack it this way. But if you rack it this way, probably don't rack it this way either. But still, you have the serrations at the front. Okay, moving further, we have obviously our accessory rail. And that's one of the reasons why I highly recommend going with the Glock 48 MOS instead of regular Glock 48. Because with the MOS, yes, you are getting the optic cutout, which is great. I'll probably end up putting a red dot on it. Right now, if you're interested in a red dot specifically for this Glock or Glock 43X, they have Holosun, which is a pretty good one specifically for 48 and 43X. And they also have, I think it's called Shield RMS-C. That one is pretty decent as well, but I'm gonna look into both, and once I know which one's the best, which one to get, I'm gonna make a review on that as well. But you're also getting the accessory rail. Yes, on the regular version that is not MOS, you don't get the accessory rail, and obviously if you wanna use a flashlight like I did here, or a laser, pretty good. Now if you're interested whenever it comes to the flashlight, so far the best one I found out there is from TLR 7 Sub. Very good Streamlight, not TLR, TLR is the model, Streamlight. Compared to the Surefire is a really good one, but for the 48, 43X, I think Surefire, they don't have anything that great as the TLR 7. Okay, fine, I'll show you the how it works. Let me just turn on the light. So, complete darkness. TLR 7, and yeah, that's really good. And also you have a strobe feature, which is very helpful if you're at the discotheque or if you're clearing the room and you need to kind of make a confusing impression of yourself, all right? But let's put some 5 more rounds through this thing because I absolutely love shooting it, and as you can see, I'm pretty good at shooting it, just because I'm so used to the sights, which I know a lot of people are not. Wait a second, this is not 9mm. This is 380 ACP. What the? Why did I bring 380 ACP instead of 9mm? Anyway, I have this 9mm right here. So we will see how this shoots. I have, unfortunately I don't have the box, but I have the best 9mm concealed carry ammo that I highly recommend. It's a hollow point, it's plus P, it's 124 grain, and for a shorter barrel, this is 4.1 inch barrel. It's a really good option, and it's from Spear Gold Dot. Yes, law enforcement edition, very good ammo. I don't think it's anything special kind of law enforcement edition, honestly, but I know that a lot of law enforcement units, they use specifically that ammo. So let's shoot some expensive ammo and then a few rounds of inexpensive ammo. And I'll try to hit them flappy pedals. Could have done a better job. Okay, so obviously the sights, you have your standard Glock sights, nothing crazy over here. You have a cutout for the MO because it's the MOS, which stands for medical obligation. So I don't know, it's a modular optic system, that's what it stands for, all right? So you have that option. You got your standard Glock trigger, some safe action pre-trigger, about 3.5mm of pre-travel, kind of long, 24N pull overall. You have a little bit of, didn't catch it, so we got this, and then this, and then crisp break. Okay, so something to get used to. Overall, not too bad. Overall, I think so far, this is right here, right now, is obviously if you're willing to spend extra money because it's a Glock, and if you're willing to spend extra money on the shield arms, obviously on all the accessories, I think if you're a fan of Glock, especially like myself, and if you trust your life to the brand, which honestly, whenever it comes to the shorter versions like 43X, 43, 42, I've seen some problems. I think Glock is yet to master their shorter barrels, but this is 4.1 inch, so that's pretty much a 19, Glock 19, just a slim version of Glock 19. And you all know how reliable Glock 19 is. So with a little bit of extra, you know, what is it? Like a half an inch maybe a little bit more that you're, you know, sacrificing in the real estate because you have a bigger gun now, you're getting reliability. That's number one. Number two, obviously you have terminal velocity from the round, especially if you're carrying something like this, the hollow point with a 4.1 inch barrel. You don't have to worry about this thing properly opening up before it hits the target, compared to, for example, like a 43 or 43X. Those barrels are just not short enough, so you probably will want to go with a lower grain round in order for the round to open up, and still it might not be able to do it that well. So here you're not compromising on the terminal velocity, you're not compromising on the reliability. You have yourself an optic, you have yourself a flashlight, you have yourself 15 rounds. And what I like to do, and I'm probably put this in the link in the description below for the Alien gear, because this is a really nice holster for a mag holster that I found from them, and it can carry a few different magazines, including the standard Glock magazine, which is the full size for like Glock 19, Glock 17, but at the same time these, because it is actually adjustable width and hold it very nicely, and you can actually make it tighter. It comes with a screw in it. All this put in your appendix carry, your IWB, OWB, BWG, however you like to carry it, right? Barely noticeable because it's so slim, because it's I mean, the length doesn't bother you that much whenever you're concealed carrying, as much as the length of the slide, I mean, and the barrel, compared to the length of the grip. And grip here obviously is, I mean, just as long as the 43X, so you're not really compromising that much. So let me know in the comments below, guys, what do you think about this review? What do you think about the 48, the setup that I have? If you have any suggestions, drop them in the comments below. If you have any requests for reviews, drop them in the comments below and I will be happy to address them. As always, thank you very much, guys, for watching. I appreciate your time. I hope that this was helpful and you learned something new. If you didn't, I'm sorry I wasted your time. God bless you all. I'll see you guys in the next video.